Good afternoon and welcome to Between Two Teapots. Between Three Teapots. We are here today with Janet, and Char. Why don't you guys say hi?
Hi.
Hey.
So the word of the day is cha-chi. We're gonna have some fun with tea energy. This is something I had. This is a YouTube video. There's the owl. Hoot hoot.
He's ready.
He's ready. Yeah, no, this is like I had proposed this idea to both Janet and Char back in like 2 years ago, right? Like after the Northwest Tea Festival, like that fall or something. I was like, hey, we should just all get together.
Yeah.
And we should get together and like do like a little live, not even a live video. I was gonna like record it and stuff. We're gonna post it to YouTube. And I just wanted us to just sit down in one room and just see how tea drunk we could get. And then COVID happened and it wasn't able to work out. But I'm glad we're able to figure this out. So if you guys don't know, Char runs oolongowl.com. She's a prolific tea blogger, and she's a friend of ours. She lives pretty close. And Janet is our friend as well. Comes by for tea tastings. And Janet worked at our booth at the Northwest Tea Festival in 2019. And Janet just gets the most amazing tea drunk. It's awesome, and so this is gonna be a lot of fun. So all I wanted to do is I just want to kind of sit down, just have some fun, brew up some tea, really, really, really strong, and just kind of see where it takes us. Adriana's in the chat. Thank you for saying hi. What's going on? So if you guys have any tea that you've got at home that's super high tea energy, overleaf it, steep it strong, and join us on this little tea drunk thing. So, Janet, why don't you show us your teaware? What are you brewing with right now?
So I'm just using a 100 milliliter gallon. I'm going not quite too hard on it because I haven't drunk proper Gung Fu tea in like 6 months. So
you're
scared.
Totally ripped.
Could be fine.
And Char, what do you got for this one?
Same pot as last time. This is a Taiwanese wood-fired.
Look at that.
From Floating Leaf Tea.
Nice.
It's my string pot. It enhances the aroma a lot.
Nice.
So it's a really nice teapot. It's small, but I've overleafed it.
Is that because of the shape that it enhances the aroma?
I'm not sure. But yeah, I just find it's really good for like she said, oh, probably Dong Ding, but I was like, no, this is way better.
Jake Knapp is in the chat. Jake Knapp is overleafing some 2014 buying Sean. Is that one of ours? I know you've got some. Jake's got a nice little collection of our stuff from year one. There's very, very little of that out there. He's done
I
well
guess
to
before
save it.
I put tea in it, this is my cup. This is, I think it's Jonathan Steele.
Nice.
From his, usually in the festivals, he's got like a bucket of cups.
Yeah.
And you just pick through them. So
that's always fun.
There's a couple of those. I think I have.
So I've got 150 ml teapot, and I probably put like 12 grams in. So I'm overleafing it a little bit higher than my 1 to 15 ratio, using a Mark Moeller wood-fired pot.
Man, those are looking really nice now.
Cute little mouth on there. So we figured we'd do altered state first. We'd go hard with this, and then we'd bring ourselves down with the stormbreaker, which is also. What did you nickname Stormbreaker at the tea festival?
I think it might have been like Jeff from Lady Literatus. He said it was Stormwrecker.
Oh, it was Jeff. Okay, Stormwrecker.
But yeah. It was definitely Stormwrecker.
Stormwrecker is about right.
Yeah. So we at the tea festival we actually had to cut Janet off. She was just sitting at the booth, just like drinking the product, getting high. And we're like, you got to start selling the tea.
Well, you got to show them it's good stuff, right?
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun at the tea festival. So you guys have not had a chance to go to a tea festival or even like a big tea festival like the Northwest Tea Festival. It's just crazy. Yeah, Jake, Crimson Lotus Tea buying Sean. Dude, nice job, man. Top of the clouds for Lucifagus in chat. Looks everybody's got some pu'er tea going on. I am one step behind you guys. So
I'm drinking the rinse.
Janet, you got a steep counter going?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Can't count after 4 usually, so.
So we started selling those a couple years back, using some fun beads and things that we found when we were in China. Some little steep counters. So That's good that you're counting that, because eventually I just forget to use it. But I've got I was just showing them off. This is a fun little one. I 3D printed a king cobra vertebrae, and I think it's kind of fun. I generally use it when I'm like hiking as a pace counter, but we can use it for steeping tea as well. There we go. All right, get that wash out. Actually, I'm gonna drink a little bit of the wash just cause.
Yeah, I drank a little bit of the wash.
Adriana Foster has a honeymoon. Nice, good choice.
Ooh.
All right. So, Char, when people ask you on your blog what tea energy is, how do you describe it?
Just a lot of caffeine that just kicks you in the face.
Do you think that's what it is? It's just caffeine, or is it more than that?
I think it's a little bit of there's probably other like almost like because there's a bit of calming effect with tea too, and it's probably like a speedball or highball that just screws you up too.
Because I'm in my 20s. I spent a considerable amount of time like deeply caffeinated on like Red Bulls and Monsters and all those like high caffeine energy drinks, and I never got anything like what I would describe as tea energy from those. And so it just makes me think there's a little bit more to it, but I don't know. What would be what's the Wikipedia textbook answer, Char? What is a?
Oh, I don't know.
Janet, how do you describe tea energy?
I don't think it's caffeine exactly, but the caffeine definitely makes it kick in faster, I feel like sometimes.
I could see that.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I'm a little sensitive to it, so for me, it feels like most tea usually has some sort of effect. It's just kind of a question of how long it takes before it kicks in.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing. I mean, there's the tea drunk side of it, which is you just feel elated and calm and happy and relaxed and loopy. But then there's also like the you can get a moment of sip feeling. Sometimes you just feel like an intense buzziness in your head, and you can just kind of feel it kind of like moving around. So I think it's a combination of the things. But I mean, certainly the idea in the in the Eastern sphere is that it is related to the actual essence of the life of the tea plant, that you're actually imbibing it and you're actually feeling that earth essence moving through you, and that may be a portion of it. But let's see, who's Matsuka's drinking some New America too. It's okay, man. It's a non-CLT cake. I'm not gonna judge. It's tea. Adriana Foster.
Like matcha can screw me up, and I know like some pre-workouts, which have a lot of caffeine, can screw me up too. Not the same way, but I'll just feel like the same hype.
Interesting. On for green tea, you said?
No, just for like non-tea things. Well, not including matcha.
Well,
matcha
like I mean, I've definitely been like super heavily, like caffeinated on different stuff, and it's just an entirely different thing for tea. One sec. Adriana Foster in chat was asking what a pace counter is. So I'll explain really quickly how these work. This is traditionally something like this that the military would use. You've got 9 beads or 9 counters on this side, 4 counters on this side, and the average adult size male, when they're hiking or walking at about 60 paces, so 60 counts of your left step, that's roughly about 100 meters. And so you would flip one of them down. When you count it all the way up to 9, then you would flip one of the other ones over, and then you would flip this one down. And so then you would be able to know that you would hike 1 kilometer. And so it's just kind of a fun thing to do. But we started selling these, something like this, to use for tea steepings. So people could actually kind of count the steeps, just like she's got right there. We sold all the first batch that we made, and never made any more. I don't know. Think about it sometimes, but haven't had the time or the energy to put it together.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to use mine.
Right? That's also a problem. Like just now, I'm sure this is 2 or 3, but
I end up getting so tea drunk that I forget. So actually, that's I'm still on steep 1, but I've got 150 ml pot. So I'm
usually when I blog, I'll have my laptop and I'll write out I'm steep 5 or whatever. But it gets a little hairy when you get really tea drunk, and I'm like, well, it's plus or minus 4.
somewhere in the middle, probably.
So you guys actually both had altered state in your supply. So this is a tea that you guys are familiar with. Flavor aroma wise, Char, what's your bloggers take on that? Putting you on the spot.
It's kind of like a bruised peach almost.
I like that. I can see that because that's similar to what's happening on like a fruit actually is kind of going through an oxidation fermentation type thing when you leave some of those.
These teas are the hardest I find to write about. That's why I haven't written about Altered State yet. I'm gonna probably do it soon, but it's just you get so plastered.
Right.
The writing makes no sense, and it's the worst thing to edit. And sometimes I write it, and I'm like, there's nothing in here of value. I'm not talking about the tea at all. I'm just going off on like shopping or rolling down hills or something.
I'm honestly surprised you could come up with the flavor because like I honestly don't remember what this tea tastes like.
Well, yeah,
I don't know either. I'm like, oh, well, I'm still alive still.
Yeah, every time.
Like, well,
every time we've had
here.
it. It would have been fun if we were able to get Ree in this chat as well, because she also has a ton of fun to have tea energy, tea drunk tea with. But maybe some other time. You got a silver cup there. I see. That looks like one of our. You guys both drinking from silver.
Hey, we have
cups.
the same ones.
Oh yeah, I think they're the same ones.
I was going to. I've got one sitting around here. This is the one that I was. This is the one that I was playing with earlier. And then when we switch to the show, I'll jump into a silver cup. And then I've got.
Oh, that was cool.
It's that like lead glaze looking thing.
Yeah, see, that's why it's great. You put the lead glaze on the outside, silver on the inside, so you get the pretty ceramics without having to worry about lead brain issues.
Do you have any more cups coming?
Maybe one more silver one. Actually, well, I mean, we had this one on the site, but then like this glaze turned out just so much different than the ones that I took pictures of. So now I actually have to take more pictures and get that one posted onto the site. But we do have new Gen Shui coming, and well, there's drop the 40 Gen cups onto the site. I'm sure you guys ogled those photos. If you didn't, please,
there's
please
a lot
do,
of pretty ones in there.
I spent a long time taking those pictures, so it's like it's almost like I don't really care if people like buy them. I just want them to look at my pictures and enjoy seeing pretty stuff. Speaking of, yes, if you didn't know, we put 40 new really amazing Gen cups onto the site Thursday night. In a range of prices, they're a little bit. They're definitely on the higher end cost wise, but they're just gorgeous cups. And those are on the site now. there are still some of them left, maybe like 15 left, I think. And we also have a sale this weekend. Spring, use the code Spring 2021, get 15% off all tea. So
You remind me of that towards the end when I'm like super plastered.
Yeah,
something will disappear off of this.
I'll just bill your account later.
Oh yeah, tea drunk shopping is a thing, man.
Yeah, definitely.
First, I was like, "What did I order?"
So, when we were talking about this, I found out that you guys both still had Altered State left, and you had Stormbreaker, but your Stormbreaker, you guys drank it all. So that was my day yesterday. Tossed the kids in the car, and I just drove because both of you guys actually live within driving distance of our house. So I just jumped in the car and decided I would do like a speedy tea delivery service, just kind of knock on the door and toss it down as I drove past. So that was kind of fun. It's fun to be able to see you guys at least a little bit.
Yeah, it was good you didn't come inside because it's already been a week since I last cleaned.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna come inside. But.
Yeah, that's for safest.
All right, actually, I think I'm just on steep 2, but there's a lot in here, so I'm drinking it all. So
I got steep 5 in the cup.
Oh shoot!
Steep 6 in the pot.
Char is.
I think that's also why I get screwed up, is I drink fast.
Yeah.
No, I must have counted this one because this is like the bottom of the pot. So like.
Ronan says that for a steep counter they use tea tins with a peg that they move around. It's kind of like
cribbage board almost?
Yeah, like cribbage style.
So who wins? Yeah.
When I was a kid, my parents used to play cribbage all the time, and I never really got into it because I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of math to me, and the last thing I wanted to do is like play a game that was math. But I was always fascinated with the board. I was just like, that's so cool. You know, like there's like you get to use this board. It's a card game with this board. Then as I got older, I realized the board is just for counting, which is just more math. So it's like okay, well it just does the math for you. But I actually love playing cribbage now. Cribbage.
Yeah, my dad was a tournament player back in the 70s or something.
Wow.
So I play with him when he's here, and we play on cruise ships a lot.
Cribbage is fun. I actually really enjoy playing cribbage now. I didn't realize you can there's a whole set of rules for playing cribbage for money. Did you know that you can you get like, certain points here, points there, and it counts for like pennies or whatever, and then
Like
at the
gamble?
end of it, yeah, you can gamble. You can totally there's cribbage gambling. You can play for money. If you guys play cribbage in the chat, let me know. I love cribbage. Tons of fun.
I feel like it's been more than 5.
What's that? Your steeps?
Forever.
Janet's already. Janet's talking off screen to a mirror that's there.
I was like, the first time I met both of you, you guys came over. I think when I'm newish to Seattle and moved in this house, and I remember we got so tea drunk outside, and I remember Janet was like drinking the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, if you guys don't
really
know,
good. I still have the recipe now.
if you guys don't know, Char does pretty fun barbecue type things in non-COVID years, barbecue and tea, and everyone just kind of sits around getting tea drunk. So, how did you guys actually meet? Because I think I met Janet through Char, right? I think I met her at one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were like I think we were on Slack chat, or maybe we were on Steepster. And then we've connected that I was moving to Seattle or something.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Then I'm like, when I was having the party, it's like, hey, like,
any tea people in the area?
Food, tea.
That's what it was. Yeah, and so then I think Janet, you had come over after that. Like you met us, and then you came over for tea because we only live like a mile from Char, and so you came over for tea a couple times, and then. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like who could work for us at the festival last year, or 2019. I guess it's 2 years ago. And you're like, I'll do it. And I'm like,
4 times.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I'll have to. You'll have to come back and work the festival for us again if and when it ever opens. I'm not sure if they're gonna get to it this year. I guess we'll ask Doug and Julie next week. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I've heard a few things that were going on, like non-tea related festivals I attend are happening in October.
Yeah.
And I've heard World Tea Expo's happening in June. So stuff I think is
interesting. Stuff is moving. Stuff is happening. Yeah. John says that they are just starting Baby Dragon. You'll use it in your large they've got a D20 steep counter. That's pretty cool. I've got I made a clay D20.
Wow.
I know, like the Magic the Gathering Health Canner D20s are probably easier than the actual D20s, and you're like, where is the?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I would knock it over trying to find a side, and that would just be the end.
Yeah, probably. You need like an electronic switch on the bottom of the pot, and every time you lift that up, that's when it counts for you. But I don't know.
Or
probably
you
overcomplicated
like one of those weighted
things.
dice, and it just tells you every time that you steeped 4 times, you should keep going.
You guys can't probably see it on the screen because I've got things so cropped down for the little three T-sum, the T3 sum. But I switched the position of the handle on my Stag kettle to
that's pretty cool.
To try to be a little bit more ergonomic in the pour.
Does
turns
the
out
Stag do that easily, or did you have to do shenanigans?
so easy. There's a little tiny plug. You pop out the little plug, and then it's just a Phillips head screw. You just like pull it in and out. It's just super easy. So I actually might try to build like a custom wooden one. Because really, what I want is, since I'm doing this motion all the time, if I could do more of like this motion, kind of start from here and just do a simple little twist, then I wouldn't work my shoulder as much. So I was also looking at maybe even some like lighter, smaller mini kettles. Since when you're doing tea, you're only pouring out like 100 ml of water at a time, so you don't really need like a 1.5 liter kettle. So
yeah, this one's a barista. This wasn't like 600 milliliters.
Nice. That's a good size. I'm starting to look a little bit more into like the ergonomics of it since I
I find this one you got to really tilt though. That's
See,
the
yeah,
only-
that's it's
the way
because
the
of the
gooseneck is.
it's because of the shape, right?
Yeah.
It's the handle shape. So this is what I actually use at the festival because I can actually hold it like this, and it's a much easier twist. You can actually keep your arm like in closer to the body and do more like this. Whereas like with that one there, you're automatically starting there and like cranking up. So tea industry problems, tea world, tea world,
I've heard
tea
the
world
argument
problems.
of like against goosenecks because
Yeah.
you could pour faster with the other style.
Yeah, I just like the gooseneck just for the precision. I like to do a nice little
Okay.
leaf around thing there. Oelio likes Oolong Owl's pot and cup. Go ahead, tell us again who made it. Maybe give a.
This one's from Floating Leaf Tea in Seattle. It's one of her. She had a master and a student made pot, and this one's a student made pot, and it's really light.
It's so tiny.
And this one is a Jonathan Steele, who's another local potter. This wasn't locally made. This one's Taiwan made, but yeah, both really nice. Lucifagus
wants to know what the point of counting infusions is. I guess it's just a way to keep track, see how far you are in it. You know, you'll find like certain steeps. Well, it's also a way to analyze one tea to the next, depending on like how many infusions you can get in it. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on counting infusions?
You go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's for tea reviews. You can kind of see how the tea progresses and at what point do things change.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, how many infusions can you go?
Yeah, I guess it especially if you're doing a reviewing type thing, it can certainly be a way to ascribe value to one tea versus another based on how many steeps, how much performance you actually get out of it. So makes sense. Generally, if I'm brewing tea for myself, I usually don't use a counter, or I forget. I'll get like 3 or 4 counts in and then just completely space.
Sometimes I just do it so that I remember something more about the tea than what I do at the end.
Oh, John's D20 is he said it's as big as a teapot.
Wow.
So it's a big one. Big one. That's pretty cool. I like that. There we go.
I remember one time I crocheted a D20, but it wasn't perfect. So that was fun.
You'd have to have some sort of a form on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Like if you actually took like a foam, like a foam core and cut the foam core to the D20 first, and then did that around there, it'd actually probably work out really nice. Speaking of D20, I mean, both of you guys, you're both gamers, right? You guys like to play tabletop games and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys like to play?
Lately, we've been playing a lot of like fix-it type games, just because they're like kind of more easily replayable with people.
Janet's already tea drunk. Janet, I knew it wouldn't take very long.
Yeah, if you haven't had a proper gong fu in 6 months, that's how you get wrecked.
We told her not to eat for 3 days.
I'm like sweating.
I can see it. Your face is actually, my face is. I feel really hot too. My face is super flushed right now.
We have air conditioning.
Yeah, Lucifagus says that they don't remember any steep past 5 or 6, and then they realize they just don't care. Yeah, it's absolutely right. I mean, some people just don't care, and it's sometimes it feels like it's kind of like a Western way of like adding structure to it. And so I mean, if you want to do it, like do it. If you don't. That's one of the great things about it. You can make it your own. Yeah, this tea's strong. This tea's potent. So yeah, if you don't know, for Altered State, if you're watching in the stream, Altered State was a tea that we intentionally tried to forego any of our focus on the traditional stuff that we would normally do with the tea, is like focus on aroma and body and like flavor, aftertaste, and things. And I just wanted to blend together all the teas that I found gave me a really high and positive tea energy reaction. And so this is what we came up with, and it's good. It's but the interesting thing is, I mean, some people will drink it and they're like, I don't get anything from it. So, but Janet is not one of those people.
Yeah. She's the most tea drunk person I know that just gets hammered quick. And I find Altered State's probably the most affordable pour that'll should screw you up.
Oh, interesting. That's
You can get screwed up.
Yeah, no, that's a good. I mean, we certainly tried to make it affordable, but it's still pretty expensive. $85, a 200-gram cake. But
So I think another cake that really screws me up is white two teas. We go high, but I think that's like 130.
yeah, that's there's some really interesting mountain materials out there that can just be just crazy. Got some crazy tea drunk energy in them. It's kind of amazing to see that, because you'll have tea at like go to other mountains and there's just nothing there. But then it's really interesting. This is why I really enjoy the blending side of things, the blending aspect, because I can go from a mountain that has something that has like a really high tea energy, but then the tea may be light in aroma or flavor, and I can find a mountain that's got some high aroma and flavor. Janet, I have really missed having tea with you. This is literally every tea tasting that we've ever had with Janet. Like 5 or 6 steeps in, like she'll just lay down on the floor.
Yeah, I remember like I think one of the last tea parties we did at my place. Like I went upstairs to deal with food and came down, and she was already flopped over off one of the white teas that you guys found. Like, oh, this looks good, and I'm like, oh no, that white tea is pretty potent.
Janet, we're 26 minutes in. We haven't even hit the half hour mark yet. So we're halfway through our session of altered state, and then we're gonna switch to stormbreaker. So
We still have one more.
We can throw a fruit brick in the end just for just to finish you off.
That's awesome. East Europe Collusion gave an idea for a tea name. Just call the tea legal in Washington. Well, everything's legal in Washington now, apparently. So that could totally work. Lucifagus is curious to try Altered State. They have a cake of it resting after travel. Doesn't seem to be affected much from chachi, so you're keen to try it. That's great, man. Like it's good. Let me know what you think of it.
I know if you don't feel.
I feel like some of it also has to do with like your liver.
So Figgy Preserves would appreciate it if Janet would actually describe what she's feeling right now.
Okay. Okay, wait a second. I've got this.
Deep breath.
Okay. Well, I'm really, really, really sweaty. That's not something that happens all the time, but this one is definitely doing that. I definitely got like, this one's really high energy too. So I've got kind of a real big burst of energy. So like, if I don't do anything or like laugh or move or something, then I get kind of jittery. But it's not exactly caffeine. But also like, how do I describe this? Maybe like ADD a little bit. It's kind of like tunnel vision and ADD at the same time. Let's see. How would you describe this? The words.
She's gonna have to use her phone a friend. So you had a really interesting description. So like after the tea festival, like we all sat down and we were just kind of like post festival, like it shut down. We're just brewing through the last of what we had, just kind of having fun. And like you sat there and like you kept opening your mouth like this, going. And we're like, what are you doing? And you're like my teeth are vibrating in their sockets, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like. So have your teeth started vibrating in their sockets yet?
Not yet, but I feel like if you give it another, and then the string will get there is what it feels like.
Gotcha.
Whew. Yeah. I don't know. It's like weird because there's a rare moments of lucidity sort of feeling in there too. So it's like there's definitely peaks and ups and downs. Like right now it's kind of a down thing, sort of. Yeah, but
My water refill isn't too low.
Rose says that Janet is like you and him in grade school, trying not to laugh in class when their friend tells a joke. I can. Yep.
There's some aspect of that in there, just because I feel like anything I say right now is going to be incredibly stupid.
You're gonna watch the stream later and be like, "Oh my gosh, what was I thinking?"
I fully don't remember what I said sometimes, so like, I don't think I'm there yet. I think I'm still gonna remember this part.
Nice.
Once we get to Stormbreaker.
Yeah, we haven't
Stormbreaker.
broken into Stormbreaker yet, so.
East Europe Collusion wants to know if your teeth are receiving a CIA transmissions. That's an interesting
Metal in the
history.
tea somewhere. A lot of T2, I tend to feel it in the forehead a lot. Like some of them more than others, but
It's kind of like in the sinuses sometimes.
right. Like
Here.
there's like a kind of a blooming helium effect a lot of the time. Like some teeth have it much stronger than others. This one is more like evenly distributed, I feel like, but I still feel it for sure in the forehead.
Yeah, I get a lot of just body heat and head buzziness. Char, you're how do you what does it feel for you when you've got a really good tea drunk or
Sometimes
tea
it's
energy
like,
going?
like those wire head massagers that are really freaky. Like sometimes you feel like that's going over your scalp.
Yeah.
Definitely like the sinus weirdness. Sometimes like I'll feel like a headache, like like pounding in the front. Then like my eyes being like falling out of my head.
I get really hungry too.
Lucy's in the chat. Lucy's also local tea drinker. Chachi live stream. What's going on, Lucy? What are you drinking? Are you gonna get tea drunk with us today?
Oh god, there's more water in here.
Ronan is drinking the last of the 2016 Emerald Sea, which is a really nice one. We still do have that in our Seattle inventory, but not a lot of cakes of it left. We had to up the price on it recently. All right, let me just rearrange a couple windows here, guys. Things a little bit more. Ooh, don't turn off the Wi-Fi by accident. Okay. All right, we're good.
Well, it's good with the gooseneck. It is easier to aim when your aim is starting to go.
Yeah, Jake just hopped into the chat, made a comment. Jake tends to get cooling sensations and feels electricity flowing their body. Similar experience to acupuncture. Jake's got a lot of experience with tea. Thank you for the input on that.
I think I feel like really manic too when I'm tea drunk.
Right? Yeah, that. Like, it's not like caffeine where you feel like you're kind of being electrified, but you're still tired. It's kind of just like, I have so much energy right now.
Whatever this last steep is, steep 4 for me. It may seem like I'm going slow. These are big steeps. I got a big full size one. This steep's actually really nice. Perfect balance of it's just super juicy right now, and the bitterness and astringency just kind of makes it a little puckery in the mouth. It's kind of it's just very enjoyable.
I don't know what I've been tasting. There was tea that went in.
I actually find sometimes if I get tea drunk enough, I don't remember what it tastes like afterwards, but what doesn't taste good at the start tastes really good somewhere around the middle, and then towards the end I don't remember anymore, but it tastes a lot better towards the middle if it hits you hard enough. Yeah,
I've got a pretty intense head rush right now. Very
Yeah, your face is also turning pretty red.
Yeah, I know, I can feel it. Lucy is going to break into some Slumbering Dragon. There you go. Well, Slumbering Dragon is definitely a way to do it. Actually, I think the Slumbering Dragon tea energy experience is probably actually stronger than Altered State. Slumbering Dragon just does not mess around at all. And did you guys, Char? Did you get a chance to try Baby Dragon yet?
Oh, I have not.
Did you grab a sample of that, or did I give you any?
I believe I do.
Right.
It is in the mass pile on the floor over there.
So that's Baby Dragon has some Slumbering Dragon blended into it, and Slumbering Dragon is that wild Kunlu Galgon material, which is very interesting pu'er parallel experience. Probably doesn't, by the actual definition of the Chinese government doesn't qualify as pu'er, but everyone calls it pu'er. So, but it's definitely a very interesting experience. Ronan wants to know if chi is related to terroir. It's possible. I mean, basically every single thing that what you're actually drinking in tea is what the plant pulls out of the soil and interprets for you. And so I would say that terroir probably certainly does play a role in it. I know that some mountains have a much higher likelihood for being, having tea energy reactions. Some places like Naka's pretty tough. Char, in your experience, what mountains have a higher tea energy results?
Oh, Laobanzong, that one screws me up good.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the more memorable tea drunks that I did a tasting of just that mountain at Floating Leaf Tea. I think we had like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, could not drive home. Like I was just so blasted.
Yeah, Laobanzong is intense, and that's just an intense experiential tea. Just in the flavors as well, not counting the tea energy. It can just bitter and sweet and super balances and stuff.
Kind of like crushed aspirin taste, but like
that's an interesting one because that one comes out. That's kind of like a bitter type thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Janet's coasting. She's coasting.
Yeah, I think the most tea drunk was that time, and the one time I didn't have any tea for about 2 months, like no tea at all, and then I drank something pretty kicking, and I just destroyed me.
Ronan,
and I think about every festival too. Usually, I'll get destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't sleep during Tea Fest the day after.
That's why I during the start of the day I kind of have like the more mellow teas, and then like the last 2 or 3 sessions on the schedule in the afternoon, that's where I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna hammer everybody, and so like just go strong with like the super energy teas. Ronan made the comment that plantation tea feels different than old tree material, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Plantation trees are generally like less than 50 years old, and it's the roots of the tree that are actually what is pulling up the minerals and putting it into the leaf. And if you've got an old tree material or old tree tea, if you have a plant that's really old, the roots go much deeper, and the deeper the roots go, the more access to minerals. So yeah, you'll absolutely get a different flavor experience from it. Lucy says Altered State has a beautiful creaminess about 5 steeps in. That's where I am. I'm about 5 steeps in, and it's very smooth and creamy right now. I like it. I forgot to bump my counter up. Lucy also said that Slumbering Dragon will sneak up on you. Yeah, it will. It'll just.
Like some teas do that. You just feel like you're starting to roll down the hill and you've lost control. So like that's when it hits you.
Such a
or like a roller coaster going up, and when you hit down, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, some of them are sneaky about it, but then some of them just kind of just take the crowbar to your face in the beginning. Like this is one of those.
Bam. Yeah, that's what Matuka says. Laobanzong screws up your head and your wallet. That's absolutely right. Laobanzong is good stuff. It's not cheap.
No, my experience with Slumbering Dragon is it tastes really good, but like about halfway through, I'm kind of like, I kind of want off now, but I don't think I can get off.
Like, how do I get off this roller coaster?
Yeah. I feel like the name is very apt because when I look at the wrapper artwork, I'm like, yeah, I'm right about there on this elliptical ride thing.
Ziaxio's in the chat. What's going on? Ziaxio's my mining buddy from Montana. He pops into chat and answers all of our questions about everything mineral related. Are you drinking any tea this afternoon, man? We're trying to get tea drunk as fast as possible. So take whatever you got, overleaf it, oversteep it, and catch up, man. We're way ahead of you. Ro wants to know when the new 2021 teas will be released. They'll be released when they're released. There's a lot of stuff juggling a lot of balls in the air right now, so we'll figure out. Just kind of figure it out when we figure it out.
One of these without one of these.
Lucy, Glenn's Altered State Stormbreaker session had me buzzing for hours after the Tea Fest. That's right. You were there. Lucy was there for that one.
I'll say that.
That's the best way to close out the Tea Fest. Just get as tea drunk as possible. There's always tea festival after parties, I'm always just I'm way too tea drunk to ever go to one of the tea festival after parties. Like I go home and I'm just like done.
Yeah, I think I went to a few and I'm just destroyed. And they're like busting out more tea, and I'm like, no, I just can't. I'm already not sleeping. I can't have any more.
I like empathize with that owl, that giant stuffed owl. You've got so much right now.
Oh yeah, this guy.
That's Janet's eyes right now. Whoa! Oh, I have missed having tea with you, Janet. This is should have done this a long time ago. This would have been a ton of fun in person as well. That would have been a fun video. Whew. We're only 40 minutes into this one. Look at that, man. Good to go. Yeah, I've noticed these between two teapots seem to make a little more sense running at about 2 hours. I know when we had yours, Char, I was trying to kind of keep it around 1 hour. I thought that was a nice little window, but then it just felt like super rushed at the end. But then after that, I think it was of course it would have been a session with Altered State. It was me and Alka Michael, and we just got so tea drunk. I realized we were like 2 hours into it, and everybody was still everyone was still watching the stream. And I'm like, well, shoot, if people want to sit around and watch two guys get tea drunk for 2 hours, I might as well just kind of do that with all of them. And so we kind of started making them all a little bit closer to 2 hours, and it's been fun. It's been fun. Ronan says they enjoy Emerald Sea because they can push it with good results. Yeah. Emerald Sea is probably one of my favorites, just for being able to see how one of our early blends has actually had positive results. Because Beneath an Emerald Sea, 2016.
Yeah, I think that Emerald Sea. I think I like 2018 more.
Okay,
but they're both good, and that Intrigue. Those are the two of my favorites.
You like Intrigue, yeah. What did we have on our stream? I can't remember. Did we have Intrigue?
No, we did TKG.
Oh, that's right. Janet, did you get some TKG? Were you in on the TKG train? Can't remember. I can't remember who all got one.
I think I have two of them actually. I think I have like
really
8 and 9 or 7 and 8 or something like that.
Look at you. Look at you, little TKG hoarder. That's like what did we only do, like 25 cakes
Everyone
of it?
knows the best stocks are bean stocks.
Oh, that's great. Corey Warrington is drinking Year of the Pig, getting a mixture of blueberries and chocolate. I love getting like little blueberry hints. I get a lot of blueberry from Slumbering Dragon, and when I get like kind of like that chocolate notes in teas, I just think that's tons of fun. Chris Blanton, it's time for some Lowrider. There you go, man. That's how you do it. Lowrider's got a really nice mellow tea energy in it. That's cool, Janet. I forgot that you got a couple cakes of that. So
I haven't tried that in a really long time.
I think in my stash, I remember there was like a small vendor that was like sourcing weird teas from other people, and distributing them out. And I swear I got one from him that was some sort of like bribery tea that they bribed guards with. Was that one of your teas?
Well, yeah. So I mean, that was the story that we were sold with that tea, and I mean, it was our first year sourcing there, and so I mean, it's not that I would believe any story, but like I really didn't have a reason to doubt this story that he had, and so I sold it. I sold the tea with the same story that it was sold to us at, and it was a little bit more of an expensive tea, but I thought it was a really, really good tea. That was the where was that tea from? Shigwe. It was Shigwe. Shigwe old tree, and so it was it was already pressed material. And the story was that like a farmer had a bunch of the extra Maucha in Shigwe, and he had used it to pay off some fines with a local official, or used it to bribe them or something. And then the local official was a big tea person as well. So this local official, basically that's all he does, is he just goes around, he collects fines or whatever, but he always prefers to take tea. So he just has a big huge collection of Maucha. And so the guy that we bought it from, knew this guy, and so he would buy the Maucha from this bribe collector, tax collector official, and then he would take it and press it. And so it was just I don't know, we only got like maybe like 357 gram cakes. It was our first year, so we really didn't have a lot of, you know, buying power then. So I was like, hey, I like this tea. And so we bought it and sold it. And I mean, I had no way to actually verify the story. So we sold it with that story and with the caveat that, I don't know, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. So, but it was a fun story. And I like stories, and I like stories with tea and stuff.
Yeah, because I found it in my stash and I was like, oh, right. I remember it was really good, but yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, that was year one, and I probably still have some of that somewhere. Shigwe Old Tree. Yeah, it was the first time we had like a bunch of stamps made, and we were sitting there like by hand, you know, like stamping every single.
I was thinking, I thought
wrapper.
Janet is like floating.
Janet, wake up! Janet,
I'm still here.
If it looks like Janet's stream is frozen, that's not true. That's just Janet. I told you guys this would be a fun session. Janet's gone. Janet's gone.
Oh, look, there's still tea in here.
So drinkable right now. I'm actually kind of just like plowing through these steeps right now because it's just so juicy right now.
Apparently I'm on 16, but I'm sure that's a lie.
How? How are you faster than me? I have help.
I had a tiny ass pot. Oh shit.
She started counting. You got to recalibrate your tea counter.
Yeah,
You set your tea counter in metric.
Probably.
So Lucy says Slumbering Dragon's in a really good place right now, but she drinks it with a caution. But the blueberry note is lovely. Yeah, the blueberry note is one of my favorite parts about that Slumbering Dragon. Whew. I do like to tell the tea energy story with Sarah, Twig and Snip. You guys know Twig and Snip, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah, Sarah Brakefield. She's given me permission to tell the story. I enjoy doing it. She came over for a tea tasting once, and she's like, I've heard a lot about this tea energy, tea drunk thing, but I've never really experienced it. She's like, what do you got? Can we try to do some tea energy today? And I'm like, sure, let's do it. And so I started working through some teas that were pretty strong, working them up, and she's like, nothing. And then I was just like, all right, I only got one more tea, and if this tea doesn't do it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so, or I don't know what we're gonna do. So I pulled out Slumbering Dragon, and I overleafed it and started just steeping it like strong, and I'm just smashed from it. And she's like, yeah, I'm not getting anything. I'm like, well, that's amazing. I mean, I guess I don't know, maybe you've got a high metabolism, or I don't know what it is. And but then she messaged me a couple hours later, and she's like, once I left your house, I started driving, and after about an hour of driving, I realized I don't know where I live. she was just driving, so she had to pull over on the side of the road and like wait until she could remember where she lived, so she could go home. I just thought that was pretty funny. So it snuck up on her. It was like the long. Eventually got
yeah,
there.
I have a problem with I go to tea tastings, and when I drive home, I start speeding. Like I'll be doing like 60 in a 35 zone. So I think the last time I went to your place, I stopped at the Fred Meyer and just walked like laps around the Fred Meyer till I like sobered up a bit.
So if you guys don't know, the Fred Meyer is literally a block from our house. So Char drove a block away and then drove around the parking lot for an hour. That's pretty funny. Yeah, well they say don't drink and drive, Char. That's the thing. We need to have like a drunk tank outside of our house that people just have to like sit in for a little while before we give them back their keys. Give them a questionnaire or something like that to answer. Corey says they've got some spare money. They're tempted to look for another teapot, either that or give Shung another chance. So is Corey, Shung pu'er something that you've not really doesn't really vibe with you? Corey says their tea binge is finished, and only just now is the tea energy hitting. Becoming very giggly and wobbly. You've gone full Janet.
Yeah. Wobbly is accurate.
Wobbly's
I
good.
need to get up, but I can't get up.
I get it a lot from my head. My head feels like it's in two places at once right now. It just feels like it's kind of like there's like this oscillation, like whoa. I had to look at the camera screen to see if I actually was wobbling.
Yeah, I get the dizziness once it gets really strong.
Nice.
I think we had a discussion before why Janet gets this screwed up.
I
remember they were taking like, do you partake? And I don't partake. and they thought maybe that was the reason why I get screwed up, but that's not the case for you.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I do that. I think it's just, it might have something to do with my general metabolism though, is because like generals, even like NSAIDs, like ibuprofen and stuff, I usually only take half, and it works about as effective as I think it's supposed to be. So I think I probably just metabolize it really fast. I'm not really sure. Like I'm not really sure what the thing is.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's well, I don't know. It's like that's interesting how the metabolism and stuff kind of plays into it. Sorry, there's a bunch of people walking by with really big umbrellas, which I don't normally see. It's just kind of
Why are they wearing big umbrellas? It's sunny outside.
Well, they're
I
like
saw a
giant
Cribbage umbrella for sale
giant
recently,
leopard
I need to buy.
giant leopard print umbrellas.
Like
Wow.
patio furniture umbrella size.
They're pretty big. I mean, I would if it was a non-COVID time, I would assume it's one of our tea customers coming by for a tea tasting that I forgot to schedule. I'm not sure. It was just a little unusual for Linwood. Well, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting, Janet, about how or why it reacts differently for you. I mean, I myself, I very rarely drink alcohol anymore. Like I don't participate in any drugs, legal or illegal, and so tea's my only thing. So I don't really have a lot to I really don't have a lot to compare it to. So
Yeah, like Washington is legal.
Washington's legal now, so we can we're all in Washington State, so we can all fully talk about
Right.
recreational marijuana.
Right. But yeah, that's usually, it doesn't take a lot for that to kick in either. So
Yeah, because I had someone say if they did marijuana, they don't get tea drunk for some reason, but I've heard the opposite of that too.
Oh, so if they actually are like high for marijuana, they don't actually experience tea
that's
drunk?
not true.
Yeah, they're a frequent
okay.
user.
That's
Yeah.
not what I've experienced.
And I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true either. Like, I would say that it kind of does buffer the tea drunk. Maybe I'm not sure, because like I feel like the tea drunk usually kind of speeds you up, but it's all different with the different types of teas. But being high usually slows you down a little. So it tastes really good though. Interesting. That's actually interesting. I haven't really done, like I said, done much to experiment in that in those ways. I don't know. It's just that was just never really was something that really grabbed me. I mean, I had marijuana a time or two just to kind of figure it out, but I don't think I had marijuana until I was like 35. By that point in time, I was like, you know what? I don't really care anymore. I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna give it a try. And then it was.
I really, because like when we have tea at my house, like I'm in a split level and it's the downstairs and everyone's having tea. And then my husband's friends are upstairs and they come down and they're like, "What are you wrong with you people?"
What are you
Everyone's
guys?
like, kind of like this and drinking little cups and like completely out of it. And they're like, "What have you guys been doing?"
No, that's the funniest thing, because your basement. I mean, the last time I was down there for tea, like it was just a bunch of like pillows, and everyone was just like laying. It was like floor gong fu, and everyone looked like they were a watch in a Dali painting, right? They were just like liquid, and just like draped all over the floor, like a Wild West opium den or something. They're just like it was just tea, and I remember your husband came down, and he just he stood in the doorway like, what is wrong with you people?
Well, I mean, there was also a lot of food preceding that, so I don't know if that helped or accelerated the process.
Food, kind of like a food coma on top. Well, I don't know. I tell you what, I like a nice tea after my food.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, no one eats dessert, but then when you have a tea session, then all of a sudden dessert is totally consumed.
Yeah.
tell you what,
It
let's
becomes viable to stuff more food in there.
we actually are close to the 1 hour mark, so let's do one last long steep of the altered
I'll
state.
just keep this one going.
Put it in there.
Okay,
Put the
yeah, I'll
altered
just keep
state
this
in
one
there.
going
Let the
down
altered
the line.
state go, And while that thing is steeping, I'm gonna start getting some of the other getting the other stuff ready. So Janet, you're switching to a teapot. Is that true? Is that what you said? You're switching to a teapot?
That's true. I'm switching to a teapot.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, I really like that. Who makes that one? Is that a wow? That's gorgeous. Bring it a little closer in the middle.
This is like a Russian potter, I think. I totally forget his name. I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this is oh my god, my words are all gone.
Very nice nails, by the way.
They match, right?
They totally match.
It's a Russian potter. Oh my god, I can barely remember his name normally. Let's see.
Peter
Is
Novak?
it the one that starts with an A?
A?
A maybe?
There's another Russian one I know on Etsy, and there's another one that's famous that is on has an A for
If you guys are in chat, guess all the Russian potter names.
What's his name? I think the dude that does Liquid Prow sells a lot of his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Liquid Proust, are you in the chat, buddy? I don't know. Liquid Proust usually hops in to say hi. Keep an eye on us, see what we're going on. If you're in the chat, say hi.
Like Severo or something like that. I think
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah, I think this is from him. Yeah. So I usually just do a pot for show because, well, in this case it's safer, but also it gets hotter, and I find like show tastes better when it's hotter.
All right, our peak concurrent dropped a little bit. We gotta pump those numbers up. You guys need to take a copy of this URL and just send it to your friends and tell them to watch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what pot to use for next. This is one of yours, Glenn.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
And I think another one I use. This one is like one of Ingie's pots.
Well, shoot, I'm the one going with really big pots.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Those are the two I use.
No wonder you guys are. I mean, I only went like 8 or 9 steeps on this last one, but that's just because they were all big, full size sessions. Right? Did I? Yes. There we go. That's my. I got a nice.
I think I'll go with yours. It's a little bigger.
Nice. Makes sense. Awesome. Thank you. There we go. I got a nice healthy chunk.
Wow. Is that all going in there?
Little tiny fuzz hair there. Look at that.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah,
when I fuzz in my tea, it could be rabbit. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you gotta stop storing your tea near where your rabbits sleep, Char. I was gonna.
Well, rabbit's like a room over, and he's like the fuzz one.
Oh yeah, you got a new one, right?
Yeah, I got Angora. I shaved him last week, so he does not look pretty right now.
So one of the things I really liked about Stormbreaker is that it had so many like nice big golden buds left in there. The steep or the
You're right.
I can't even. I've got no more words anymore, guys. Andres Barrow, is that the Andre Barrow? Is that the name of the potter?
Andres Barrow.
Andre with a ZJ at the end.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. Okay.
Andresia.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce
Start with an A.
It did start with an A.
Yeah, you were right. Yep, I think that sounds right. Maybe. No. It's not. No, I don't think it's.
Or is it?
Is Barrel the one you have to be on like a wait list to get?
I don't know. This is Hungry Ham in chat with the with that one.
I mean, that was one that like people wake up in the middle of the night to get.
Yeah, I don't think it was that one because, because that one is literally like a test of your reflexes and internet speed. Like
called it the rum barrel of pottery.
Like, how long did that sell out?
90 seconds. 90 seconds.
It literally feels like that.
I was very pleased. That was really very made me happy to see that. Feel like I'm doing Filanov Anton. Liquid Proust is in the chat. I knew you were here, man.
What? I summoned him.
Yes, she did.
Oh my god.
I cast Proust. Liquid Proust, are you tell me your tea drunk too, man. Are you pumping up your Chachi numbers over there? We need some more. We need some more tea drunkers in the chat.
Oh god, I think I overbrewed this one.
Are you on Stormbreaker already?
We are switching it over. I told you guys to do one big long last steep of altered state, which I got in there. I'll work on that while the storm wrecks its coast. Anton Filanov did it backwards. There you go. Somebody else, let's see. Lucificus, despite the mixed points of view on cha chi, it appears that it hasn't been fully academically researched or fully researched yet. It's hard to research something like this. And it's interesting because the people who are going to be doing a lot of like the strictly rigorous scientific research are in the West. And the idea of tea energy is just not really something that people really care about researching here. And the people who would care about researching it are people in Asia who traditional Chinese medicine, they just believe everything that's in that, and so they just automatically assume that that's in something that's in that sphere of influence and doesn't need to be researched because it's already understood. So and then anytime you see any actual like research study done on pu'er, like you go through the footnotes long enough, like you find out it's just paid for by some big pu'er company in China, and so then automatically you just never really know what the results are, anyways. Or that's been my experience.
Same with anything tea health. It's like it's kind of paid for by someone. It's not done in a general population. It's done already. People drink a lot of tea.
Well, then
and sometimes the tea they use is fucking weird. Like it's like instant pu'er, instant green tea. It's like concentrated 1,000%.
Well, they also nearly every single study I've ever seen on pu'er, they don't even separate out the difference between sheng and shou. Like they can't even tell you anything about it. They're like, well, we got pu'er. It's like, where did you get pu'er from? They're like, the pu'er store. Like, what kind of pu'er was it? Like, it's not even ever listed. And you're like, you completely delegitimized every single thing in your study by not even understanding what the source material was. So even if you went through all this like amazing rigor to do this thing, like you didn't even know what the base material was. It just really, it upsets me. I'm ranting. I'm in the Tichy rant.
Oh yeah,
rant
I
mode
can go
now.
in this like rant hell forever because I get a lot of this crap in my inbox and people want me to hustle their stupid COVID cure thing. That's just like, no, that doesn't do anything.
That's the thing that made me super upset like a year ago when all the Facebook tea groups had like 1,000, like 1 day vendors pop in with a brand new account being like, hey, look at this study that I did saying that like tea cures COVID. And I was just like, God damn it, just get out of the chat.
And there was the one I think that came out that everyone wouldn't shut up about. It was like, dude, they're using like bottled black tea, like they're like using Lipton's, and it was like pouring it on the COVID in the petri dish. It killed it. It was like, oh damn.
The one result that one of the studies said that I thought was interesting revolved around viral load, coming into like your nostrils because you're breathing it in, and they made some note about like drinking a lot helped bring it down to your stomach where it could be processed by your acid and killed, as opposed to it like sitting and absorbing into your bloodstream through your like nostrils or something. I was like, okay, maybe, but in that case just drinking a bunch of water would do the same thing as tea. So
or you just live under the sea in tea, you'll be fine.
Under the sea. You guys got me tea drunk singing now. I don't think that's ever happened on chat before. I'm gonna have to on a tea stream before.
What were you singing?
Kind of a riff on Under the Boardwalk, Down by the Sea. Under the sea, down by the boardwalk. I switched it up. You guys are supposed to be with me. You're supposed to be able to catch those references.
I'm right now.
Apparently
I think I'm on a different.
We're on different tea drunk frequencies.
Wow, this is really sweet.
Liquid Proof says that his DNA traces back to Yunnan. Constant tea drunk. Qi runs through his veins. So yeah, I guess he's never not.
23 and me. It's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Hey guys, I got to tell you something.
Oh shit.
I'll remember later. Oh, that's awesome. No, this is good. I like having a nice calming show session after heavy sheng, but I'm actually really feeling that last session right now. So this one should be interesting.
I haven't had Stormbreaker in a while because I drank all my sample pretty quick after it came out.
Yeah, so yeah, that was me yesterday afternoon. I couldn't find my cakes, and so I finally had to pull out one of my like reserve tongs. Does it and snap it. I'm actually gonna be sending some to. We're gonna be drinking it again in a session in a couple weeks with Pablo from 05.
Oh, cool.
Excuse me, he's going to be sending down some tea. And again, Janet's video hasn't frozen. She's just stuck like that.
It's like almost like, I don't know if you've seen like that Hot Ones interview with like the progressively hotter hot wings.
Yeah.
You can do that with like progressively getting tea drunker.
So that was, once I started watching, I love that show, like Hot Ones on
That is
YouTube.
so good.
It's really great. And I just thought, like, that guy did such a good idea. And I really liked the progression of his show. And when I saw that, I was just like, man, that's what I want to do. I want to do that for tea. Now, granted, it doesn't work unless you're in with the person. So I've had to kind of switch and do this between two teapots, remote Zoom thing, which has worked well. But that was actually one of my ideas as well. Is just like getting a bunch of like people in, anybody, like non-tea people, like any local celebrity, anybody wants to promote a book or whatever or something like that, get them in, and especially if they don't know anything about it. And then for an hour, I would just try and get them as absolutely like ridiculously tea drunk and wasted as possible for the exact same premise as Hot Ones, right? It's just like the more the deeper you get into it, the more the person will just start talking about who knows what. So someday I'll get that. Someday I'll get that going.
That color is nice.
Look at that. Yeah, this is just my wash, y'all. Just the wash.
Red.
So if anybody else has Stormbreaker in their collection at home, you're welcome to join us. Toss some in your pot, and
shit, I didn't reset this thing.
I've actually I've overleafed this one as well. So we're gonna have some fun. Steep it up, and gonna be brewing in silver because pu'er always just looks awesome in silver. Look at that.
My silver here. Why am I not using it? Well,
Good question.
Do you have a question, Janet? What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
No, I was just agreeing. Silver is good. It's also really hot though. Like I keep burning myself when I pick it up.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
oh yeah, it's nicer in silver.
Yeah.
A bit more chocolatier in silver.
It was funny because in the chat that we had with when T Drunk Poe was on, he actually never does show in silver. He doesn't think it works well with that. But we were doing Old Warrior, and he said Old Warrior actually did work well in there. So Liquid Bruce says Kevin Hart has a show called Cold as Balls where he converses with people while in an ice bath. From ever in Seattle, you're doing ice bath gung fu talk, dude.
I mean, don't you do like the polar dip? You can like do the polar dip with some tea.
Yeah, I actually, I mean that's what I do. If anybody knows me and in the real world, I usually January 1st, my brothers and I run down to the Puget Sound, which is always absolutely freezing. We do a little polar bear plunge and jump in. So, Liquid Proust, I'm down for that, man. I'm down for anything. We'll do whatever. Oh, there we go. Lucificus on a second session with Top of the Clouds. Way north of 15 infusions now at 6 minutes per. Very sweet. Nice. Matuka says, going to find another show. Use your show pot. It's one of the CLT Genoways. Oh, you got one of the CLT Crimflows Tea Genoways with the pink flowers on it. Those are really gorgeous.
Well, I got one of those. I saw that today.
Char, you got one of everything.
Yeah.
Char's a completionist. Ooh,
I'll have it somewhere, then I'll lose it, then I'll find it in a few years.
You age your teaware.
Oh yeah.
All right, Janet, is the tea energy from the show bringing you down at all? Are we getting any balancing, or is it still kind of pushing you? I think you've kind of plateaued.
Has your camera always been this round?
It has not. Thank you for noticing. I recently, when we started this stream, I got a really awesome $15 eBay purchase, which is a fisheye lens that hops right over the end of it, and it's the best because if you want to do a really cool like close-up shot, you're like, bam! You just like bring it in like that.
Oh man!
Like pokes you right in the face.
Ah!
Oh.
So I love fisheye lenses. I'm just a sucker for it. It's nice because it lets me have the camera actually relatively close, and so I can see like a lot of the tea stuff as well. Because otherwise you have to have the camera like 5 feet away. The field of view is all off. It's just tea stream problems. Lucy says, oh yeah, Lucy says that oh nice, we got an owl on the camera there. Lucy says that she keeps telling me to start a tea locker program where for a price, keep a tongue for aging. Stormbreaker is going to be amazing in 5 to 10 years. Yeah, Stormbreaker is going to be awesome with some age. I have joked with Lamu for a while about creating a a Crimson Lotus T 401k, where people can just pay their 401k into a Crimson Lotus tea fund, and it's just reserved in tea in a collection in Yunnan. There we go. I steeped it strong. That's what I like to see.
Oh, yeah, you can't
Black!
see right through it.
Are you gonna survive that?
Am I gonna survive that? Look who's talking.
Mine's not that dark. You can see a little
All right.
bit through it.
So this you can actually see the bottom of the cup, so that's not as dark. Stormbreaker, if you guys ever did Stormbreaker in silver, dark depths, you will not see through the bottom of that. So silver is the truth teller. Brings light.
That looks an awful lot like black from here.
I'll just look right in here. Check it out. You can see. Look at that. See, you can see the bottom of the cup a little bit.
Are you sure that's not like a reflection?
That's such a really pretty pot you've got there. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a nice pot.
Don't drop the
Oh,
top.
that's hot.
All right,
Oh my god, it's hot.
I'm running out of space here. All right. Let's see. What are we doing in chat? Adriana Foster, catechins have been shown to bind to the CB1, CB2 receptors of your endocannabinoid system for extra
It totally feels like a high.
rewarding high sensation. The result, tea contains both powerful stimulants and relaxants that work synergistically to have a profound and unique effect. Awake yet relaxed, high yet grounded, clear yet minded with an abstract creativity. That's it. End the show right there. Done. Awesome. That's a really good way to describe it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that feedback, Adriana. I have heard
some people, they get really tea drunk, they just feel really sleepy.
Yeah.
And just pass out.
I think it depends on what it is. I feel like the caffeine makes that really hard depending on what you're drinking.
Oh, this is just liquid chocolate. It's just so smooth.
So when I had this, it was still really green, and you had to do a couple extra rinses at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, I think at the beginning I was just like, if you guys get this tea, I probably need to change the description right now. In the beginning, I told people to do 3 big rinses on this because this had a wet pile funk to end all funks at the beginning.
It's almost
this is
all gone.
So mellow right now. I have not had this. I've not had this in a while. Whew. Need to charge more.
Oh crap! You still have a sale going on right now.
Right.
Wow. No, man, I have not had this in a long time. That is super tasty. Lamo, where are you? You got to try some of this. I don't know where my wife is. She was right around the background. I got to pour up a little bit. You got to share stuff. Share some
Mine
stuff.
looks like alcohol. I don't know what you guys are doing. Let's fill it on myself.
That is really nice.
It's so fucking
really
hot.
Really good after the altered state. Oh, I didn't realize that you copied it from a link up above, Adriana. I thought you just typed that out right now. It's just like, that's amazing. It's very, very, very well written. I don't see that you posted a link. Maybe if you posted a link, YouTube might have blocked it. I don't know. Oh, she Googled tea drunk. Gotcha. I see.
Probably clean your cup too.
I find of all teas, like Fubrick with golden flowers, that hands down destroys me the most and the fastest and the most thorough.
I am beyond impressed with this little session. I'm really glad I overleafed this and went strong in that first steep because that is just so good, so good.
You know? Like my stomach kind of hurt for a bit there, somewhere in between, like from drinking all this tea. I feel like maybe, but then like now I can't feel it anymore.
You can't feel your spine anymore. It's gone straight to Jello.
My stomach has disappeared somewhere during this whole process.
That's what they call when the tea's grounding. It's not your emotional state. It's your stomach. Your stomach's just on the floor. No, we've been drinking. We've been really trying hard to reblend dark depths or come up with something that closely approximates how awesome that was. And so we've been just drinking a lot of show samples and stuff. And man, they're just not good. It's just like it's really annoying. And so for a while there, I was just like, has my taste perception of show like shifted? But now that I've had this, I'm like, no, this is I've just been drinking bad show.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's been like I remember back in like 2013, there was another vendor that had a really amazingly dark, inky show, and they lost it. They ran out, and It just seems like dark inky shell is hard to get a really good one.
It is.
Like Dark Depths is probably the next best one that happened in recent time.
Justin Steele in the chat says, Oolong Owl, they love your blog. Is this Justin Steele, the ceramicist from Seattle? Is that who you have the cup from?
I was Jonathan Steele.
Jonathan Steele. Okay, sorry. I was
This
just like,
one.
gotcha. I was just like, wow.
Whoa. This is when I forget I'm steeping stuff. I guess, oh wait, I was gonna make it stronger. I'll do the next one
It's
stronger.
just what a great steep. Very happy to have this.
Oh, I thought Janet was frozen again, but she was pouring.
Justin's from Delaware, not related to the Seattle steel potters.
Wait, what?
Hello, come drink some tea.
Yeah, this one's definitely different.
Justin Steele's got the Gong Fu to go in your office every day. This steep of Stormbreaker is really good, especially in the silver.
Oh,
So I know I brewed it really dark.
yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna try.
So much.
starting to
flavor.
not know if I
was
refilled
really enjoying
stuff or poured stuff. Or...
it. Yeah, can we get some hoots in the chat? If you guys are followers of Oolong Owl, throw a hoot up into the chat. Hoot hoot.
I got like this guy again.
And if you don't follow Oolong Owl, if you don't subscribe to her, do that now. Lucy says hi. Lucy says hi to
I feel like his eyes are getting bigger.
And if you guys, if you want to look at pictures of lizards, follow at Anjuid. When's the last time you posted on Instagram, Janet?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Do you have any lizards that you can show us now? Is that possible?
We could.
Pet tax?
Are we gonna do a pet
thought
tax?
about
I don't have
bringing
any.
him
I don't have any
I'll
pets.
scoop
But
my pet taxer.
grab a bunny, grab a lizard. Show me what
Pet
you guys.
tax.
Show me what you guys do. I want to see it.
We
We are at that level of tea drunk. We can show off animals on the stream.
I know, like my bigger bunny is a little chaotic, so
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm not sure what pet tax we're having.
I think
Show me my pet
we're
tax.
grabbing the lizard. We
That's
were gonna leave him out of it because.
Well, I would be happy. I would be happy to see one of your lizards if that is possible.
Did Benson interact with any of the lizards?
Not really. They kind of just ignored each other. They were surprisingly not interested in each other
Well,
at
that's
all.
Benson overall. He doesn't like anyone.
He did pee on Riley once.
Oh yeah, he pees on all the guys for some reason. There's just something about a guy, and he just needs to pee on them.
Corey
Riley's
wants to
not
know
a
about
guy,
your.
though, so I
Look at
think
that!
it's
You do
just-
have a. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh, that's so. Look at that! How chill!
Lizard.
How chill! Look at that little guy.
Are you impressed with your camera debut?
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Thank you. Oh wow.
We're going for the fuzzball.
That's nice. Look at that. That's a good focus. That's a good focus on that camera. Did
Oh,
somebody get a new
yeah.
camera? Did somebody get a new Zoom camera? That's really nice. I like that.
Oh god.
Look at that. So what kind of lizard is that?
There's a bunny. This
Oh,
is
we got a bunny
bearded
too.
dragon.
We're doing pets. We're doing pets on the stream.
Yeah. This guy,
There we
this is
go.
Lucian, so he's a satin angora. He's shaved, so he looks like a Muppet that's been through like a bad hair day.
Aw.
What kind of
He's
lizard?
got blue eyes.
What
You
kind of
can't
lizard
really
is that?
tell.
What kind of lizard?
Oh, this is a bearded dragon. They're really friendly. They're like one of the most popular pet lizards because they're super friendly and chill. And as you can see, kind of doesn't do a whole lot if you don't bother him.
Super cool. I really like it. Oh, what do you feed it?
Mainly like different types of salad, like
Okay.
collard greens or like mustard greens and bugs. He loves his bugs. He also loves blueberries. If you roll them on the floor, he'll chase after them.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool. Thank you guys so much for. I love that. Look at that rabbit. That is gorgeous. Look at that. It's gorgeous. What's
He's
it?
really pretty.
What's the rabbit? What's the
Oh.
rabbit's name?
See, you can. Oh, gonna get the other one in frame.
There we go. Double rabbit.
That's
So,
one's the main
contrary to Oolong, the name of Oolong Owl's
Oh,
blog,
look at that.
Oolong Owl actually owns no.
I can't hold
Owls.
you up anymore, Leo. You're gonna.
No, no, no.
Should be Oolong Rabbit.
This guy you can probably wave around. He's just so old now. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, he looks like, I don't know. He still has
He's a
like good
grump.
amount of feet left in
Yeah,
that.
Janet was my bunny center when I left town for this guy. This guy's
so
young.
cute,
He's not a few
but
months.
always angry.
Here you go.
All
Oh, that's
right,
nice. I didn't know that. That
Over
was
his
Take
bowl
Lucian.
like 3 or 4
Give me
times.
Vincent. Oh no.
Corey wants to know about all of your bread baking. So you do a lot of bread baking. Have you? Most people started bread baking during the
Right.
COVID, but I think you actually stopped.
exactly.
You probably did more bread baking before the COVID. Kind of the opposite of everybody else.
Accurate.
Bread baking's
it
too
before it
hip
was
right
cool,
now.
okay?
Did it before-
It's not the same anymore. Everybody's doing it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think
They're
you've
like the original. Oh, there's fur everywhere.
I think you've
white
actually
bird, I know the culprit.
shared some baked goods at some of our tea tastings and stuff like that. So what do you bread wise? What do you think works well with tea if you're pairing bread and tea in your opinion?
It really depends on what kind of tea, but like, yeah, like surprisingly bitter stuff or like sweeter stuff works. Like sweets, like rolls and stuff, works pretty well with green tea. But
Nice.
Yeah. Or I feel like darker breads actually work better, or things with beer in them, surprisingly.
You made those really nice pumpkin-shaped buns for.
Oh yeah, the pumpkin rolls. Those are fun. Everybody likes those. I feel like those actually go pretty well with show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think the energy from this one's starting to layer for me.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like
Well, I think I was drinking this one a bunch faster, or a lot faster than I was drinking the other one, just because it's just so smooth and just silky and just.
it just kind of goes right down. Yeah.
Just goes
Okay,
right
Leo,
down.
you got this.
I was going slow on the altered state, but this one's whew. Justin, yeah, everyone's drinking in silver cups. These are all silver cups from CrimsonLotusTea.com.
That's because it's really hard to break a silver cup.
It's hard to break.
Yeah,
It's hard to break
that's what we had the
silver cup.
discussion of like we should take teaware that we won't break on stream.
Yeah.
Stuff can happen when you get this destroyed.
as she's playing with like her super rare expensive pot.
Yeah.
She had to wait up all night to get. Yeah, no, silver's fun. Silver works great. Silver works great for all types of teas. Oolong Owl on her blog has a nice discussion of silver pots and silver cups. And you found that they work great for everything except for citrus-based teas.
Yeah, citrus. Sometimes floral is a bit questionable. But
Interesting.
anything really bitter or a bit of funk, it kind of evens it out.
I like to describe it as and I did the same thing and made the same comment in the tea stream yesterday. It's like the Spinal Tap joke. It just kind of brings everything to 11. Like silver just kind of like stretches it up just a little bit more. Whereas something like Genjan kind of just like mellows, stretches things out.
Yeah, I used like one of those orange shows, and it was just so bad in the silver.
It's just like pouting.
You know, I still have never found an orange show, a chumpy show that I like. I just
Heard a little soft.
I've tried. We've got vendors that send us a bunch of different stuff. Farmers that like make their own chumpy and oranges and orange shows, and it just I don't know.
I only drink mine when I'm sick.
I just don't.
So I get sick, I just throw a whole orange in a pot and just
boil it up.
Yeah.
See, I've got a Chinese wife, and so anytime I'm sick, it's just a crazy amount of ginger. She just like slices it up and tosses it in a pot and boils it and like forces it down my throat with hardly any honey, and whew.
Does it work?
It usually works. Just scares the cold away. But we've not been sick since we quarantined ourselves.
No, I just got allergies and that's it.
Yeah, that's the thing now. Everyone's walking around like sneezing and coughing in the Seattle area. It's allergies. I'm like, I don't have the COVID. Please, trust me. It's just allergies. Justin Seals, Gaiwan is 150 ml, but do a lot of people use 100 and 120? 100 is a really nice spot if you're brewing by yourself. I just always do 150, just because that's.
I have a lot of 60s, so this is a 60.
Yeah.
This is a 60. I think this is a 90.
If you've got a smaller one, you can end up doing more sessions because you're drinking or wasting less tea. It's if it's just you, 150 ml can be can be a lot. So,
and if I'm doing expensive tea, I think I don't want to do anything past 75 because that's a lot of money down there. But I guess also I get bored quick, so I rather just drink a smaller amount and go through the sessions.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I think actually probably all of our new teapots are going to be in the 120 ml range. It's just getting harder and trickier to they don't want to make the really small pots. It's very hard. It's really hard to make them, especially you get down to like 50, 60 ml, and it's just a lot of work. Man, this one's staying dark. Bam.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh yeah, you leafed that hard.
I did. I told you. I overleafed it, and I've been super steeping these.
I feel like I'm getting like stitches in the left side of my ribs. Maybe also my head.
You're what? Getting stitches?
Like tickle stitches or like stabby stitches?
Like I think my muscles are cramping.
Oh, oh, running like okay, yeah.
Huh?
Do we have the EMTs on standby?
The lizard is being caught.
Oh no!
Close. That was close. It almost went right onto the tea table.
Myros were pretty good, well behaved. I'm surprised. I thought the fuzzy one was going to start kicking things.
Yeah, like in the past, Justin's in the chat. In the past, we've sold like super tiny ones like this, and these ones are actually really nice, and they work really good for like single session, single brewing and stuff. But they end up costing like a lot more to have made, and it just I don't know. 120 is actually not a bad size. 100 between 100 and 120, and also teaware it shrinks at different rates in the kiln and things, and so even if you make them all the same size before, the clay does different stuff, and you end up having like a range of sizes and shapes, and so
you just got to pay the tuition and find the one you like.
Yeah.
What you can get shrink through that works for you.
A higher quality clay is probably more important than the actual size. I mean, because if you've got a 120 ml pot, you could easily put in a little less leaf and just fill it up a little less full and kind of get by on smaller sections as well. So it's a little bit more flexible like that. But yep.
Yeah, Kimber, I don't know if this one's. I think this was 90 or 80. It's one of yours. So
what a cutie.
Left boys.
Was that a wood fired one or
No, it's one of yours. I don't think it's the wood fire one.
Yeah, we did
one of
wood-fired
your like
ones.
$70 or $80 cheapo.
So we did those
Spec one.
ones. I think those are the ones that we did not have them do any polish on, right? So it was like super matte finish.
Oh no, this
when
is
you got
one
it.
of the discount ones because I remember that like you mark them down for imperfections. Like this one has like a fingernail mark somewhere.
Oh right.
Those were a good deal. Yeah, no, I actually I think I even
This is the one that you had no polish on.
yeah, okay.
It's got the like purple and a little bit of.
Oh, that's one of the super nice
Yeah.
ones, right? Like the purple where did that one?
Purple and gritty and there's a
Yeah,
little bit
those
of a rainbow
ones,
here.
Those ones were
Yeah,
amazing.
no,
You're really
purple.
lucky to get your hands on one of those. Those ones are just those ones
Yeah,
are
they
awesome.
feel really nice.
Yeah. No, those ones you just can't stop. Those ones are so
I think
super
this
special.
one's small too. I know it's under 90. It's maybe more like 70 or 80.
Nice. That's awesome. I love showing off teaware. That's one of the other fun things about the
Yeah, I
stream.
put all my teaware here, so I actually use it because a lot of times I would put it in a cabinet because it's nice and valuable, but I'll never use it. I'll just be using my Gaiwan. So if I have them out, I'll use them.
That's the thing is I generally don't use teapots in our everyday because most of what we're doing is analyzing teas for purchase, and the straight clay is going to make everything taste better. Which is why we've had a lot of fun doing these between two teapots because I'm like, shoot, I'm just gonna bust out the teaware I've got. We're gonna have some fun with it, and I don't really have to get super strict about.
Yeah,
the,
I usually use
temperature
this one for
tastings and stuff.
testing, or one of this little guy here. It's like 75 mil. And I have a 60 mil guy here.
Nice.
But yeah, when I actually drink tea by myself or with friends, I definitely bust out the teapots.
I am really enjoying this show session. I'm glad we decided to toss some. Do this.
I
out.
definitely feel the tea rattling. You can almost feel like my my gums and my teeth like
This one's a
wiggling
lot
around.
more. This one's a lot more right here for me. It's just buzz.
Right, the teeth is vibrating, right?
Yeah. Like it's almost like your sockets aren't in correctly. They're
It's just kind of like wiggling a little bit, yeah.
Oh, damn! There's fur in my cup.
Oh, just
Is it rabbit flavored?
Yeah.
what do they say? Like little hair of the rabbit in the morning.
Yeah.
Whew. Is anybody else in chat as tea drunk as we are? Or is it just us?
I think I just blew half of the tea out of my cup.
Man, I'm sorry. This I'm not trying to.
Tea stain.
No, this session is great. I've not had a show pour session this nice in quite a while. This is
Yeah, stormbreaker got really good. Like it was good before, but it's better now.
so good.
Yeah, for sure.
So
The
good.
importance of you're gonna age something, you're gonna pick something nice. Just don't pick some crap that you think it'll get better with age. It doesn't.
So Janet, what is your home pu'er tea storage setup like? What are you? You got a Pumador. How do you roll?
Yeah, I've got like 3 different things. It's just a big jar that I kind of have like a little bit of like that I add humidity to every now and then, but I just kind of stick odds and ends. I think right now it's full of Acacia, and then I've got like a box that's more like actually regulated. It's got like a fan and like a humidity thing, hydro, something that measures things.
Hygrometer.
Yeah, and it's got like a little heat pad in there that's actually supposed to be for lizards, but Leo didn't like it, so now it's for my teeth.
Oh, so you've got
I use the same lizard thing too. That's good.
Yeah.
So you guys have heat controlled. You actually add heat to it with.
Yeah, I add some heat to it. Although in the summer, I usually just kind of don't, because like there's like a little.
I've turned my heat off right now. It's warm now.
And then I have like one more, which is just like a jar, like it's like a cookie tin, like those that everybody uses for sewing. That's just got all of my samples in it,
like the Danish cookies.
Hair bend.
Oh right, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And that just kind of sits next to the heat, and I don't know what that's doing to it, but I keep telling myself I'm gonna drink that down. So.
Well, if it's been 3 months since you did a proper gong fu session, it's time to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah, but see, like if I do that, I remind myself that there's all this tea I haven't drank yet. Therefore, how can I be buying myself more tea that I have yet to drink yet?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Clearly, you just need to buy more tea. I don't know.
That'll solve the problem. Yeah.
I like my show Pomodoro. If I open it, just show falls out. Like I'm at a good state right now.
Yeah, Char's got a lot of tea, y'all. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's about time you built an actual storage room, Char. You need
I thought of doing my closet, but they keep smelling, and no matter what I do, I couldn't.
Yeah.
There's something weird. It's like Seattle's weird sometimes. It's the bottom floor of my house. It's just really cold and kind of extra humid, so that's why I kind of heat control stuff.
So is ours. Yeah, I have to heat our storage room is in the basement as well, and I definitely have to have it heat controlled.
And I have to watch it because, like, in the winter, my tea table will mold if I don't dry it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Like,
Seattle's interesting, y'all. Justin Steele wants to try more show. Had some shungs, but never did have the Old Warrior from Crimson Lotus. Old Warrior's good stuff, man. You should give it.
Old Warrior's really good.
Yeah, Old Warrior's entirely different. Old Warrior's just it's really a lot about a lot of old show kind of tastes really similar, but in Old Warriors definitely tastes like old show, but it just has really good body emotion. It just feels really nice, and that's one of the things that we noticed when we were when we had it for the first time. Man, 4 steeps in. It's nice and crimson.
Well, I forgot to keep track of this one.
Oh,
it's inky though.
Yeah.
Look at there we go. Where's it at?
what?
that.
It looks
Nice.
Oh,
like
that's like red.
yeah.
Crimson.
CLT.
Yeah, no, there we go. We're doing it, guys. We made it.
Sweats are back. They're back.
Oh, that's awesome. Paula Plata. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. Pauls is drinking Old Warrior. Thanks, Pauls. That's awesome. Janet's got the tea drunk rock going on. Oh no, this has been a lot of fun, you guys. I'm glad we were able to get it all worked out, make it happen.
I feel like this one has like brought me back to a mental state where I can appreciate that things are not normal, but like.
Well, that's one of the nice things about the tea energy that you get from show pour. In fact, this is one of the first show pours where I actually really felt like I had like a strong tea energy reaction to it. But it's still just more centering and more grounding. So I just feel feels really calming. I like it. I like it a lot.
I feel like this one, yeah, it's more of a physical effect, but it definitely kind of brought the mental thing back down to earth. Because, yeah, I don't know, but at the same time, I kind of feel like my vision's going a little blurry, so I don't know if that's really like.
Crimson Lotus tea made me blind.
It's like your fisheye camera, but everything is fisheye. Like the black blurry edges.
Right. It's just kind of like if I move my eyes too fast, it's kind of like.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you mean. You can get that from a tea drunk thing. It's basically where like it feels like everything's in slow motion. You know, like you go to look, and then everything takes a moment for it actually like resolves and kind of switches over to it. Yeah, I've had that before.
It's like my brain
That's
is
why I don't
buffering.
drive.
Yeah.
Well, surprise! We're actually going to switch to Slumbering Dragon now, guys.
Oh shit.
That one I don't own any right now.
I disabled the log out from this Zoom session. You won't be able to. We're going for T3.
Oh god.
Ooh. Oh, this show is just so drinkable. So drinkable.
There's still like a little bit of green in the
tossing it
leaf
back.
still.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, the processing on this was stopped somewhere around like the 60%, which is actually a little bit low for most show pour. The idea was to kind of give it a little bit more of a shung edge.
Mm-hmm. It's
And,
not shaking, right? It's not my vision that's like stable, like also shaking, so it seems like it's stable.
Oh no, I'm really feeling nice with this session. This is great. This is
I
great.
feel like
guys.
it
This is
should be
awesome.
shaking, but I can't tell if it's not.
Yeah, I've not really pushed myself in a long session like this in a while. This is great. This is awesome. Justin Steele putting a bunch of silver in your putting a silver cup and a bunch of samples in your cart now. Thank you so much. Make sure you use spring 2021 the code at checkout. 15% off of the tea, which is every little bit helps.
Yeah, silver cups are nice. Cheaper than the silver teapot, and you still get to try silver out.
Yeah, we actually switched from selling a lot of the silver tea pots. They're really expensive, and a silver cup does basically all the same stuff. And there's much less risk of losing it in shipping, because that just stresses me out when somebody buys like something really expensive and the risk of it disappearing in shipping. Whew, it's like last year, lost so much. How many tea orders? Did you lose any tea orders in the 519 Shanghai stuff?
I think I lost 3.
Oh wow.
That's
And I was mad about one of them because I was worried I wouldn't be able to get it again.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
None of mine went missing. Or well, no, some of them disappeared for a while, but all of them showed up eventually. So
I had none of them show up.
That's
no.
really good. No, that's good. And we had one. There was a second incident that happened to us in August in San Francisco. A bunch of stuff showed up in San Francisco and then just like literally went nowhere.
Oh.
And like I was talking to them like every single day. Like I was going through, and I actually was able to work it out that because we had about 25 or 30 missing orders that all had a last update in San Francisco at a receiving center. And finally was able to find like one phone number of like some random lady, and the lady's just like, you need to listen to this voicemail and do exactly what I say, or I will never call you back. She's like, I don't want to hear your story. Just give me the order number and give me your phone number and I'll call you back. And so I was like, okay. I was like, this. And she's like, and say it twice. And so I did it exactly twice. And then like at 9:30 at night, I get a call and she's like, hi, this is such and such, San Francisco USPS. I'm like, wow, okay. Like I didn't think you'd be working this late. She's like, I'm always working late. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, you know, I never really ever call anybody back because nobody ever actually follows the directions, but you follow the directions, so I'm calling you back. I'm like, that's great. And so, yeah, she turns out like she works at that receiving center, and she was able to verify that all of those packages were actually in the same bin. So like an entire bin had gone missing, including whoever else's packages were in that bin. She was able to verify that she's like, I walked through the warehouse. She's like, I looked in all the little nooks and crannies where like bins get hidden sometimes. She's like, I can't find it, so I don't know where it is. And so yeah, I made some comment about it. I was just like, well, yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, like how often do you get, do people call you and get with missing packages? She's like, well, generally people don't call when they have missing packages, because if they have missing packages, it's probably because they got like snagged by customs. The reason they got snagged by customs is because people are either sending guns or firearms or drugs. And she's like, and if people start missing their drug order, they really don't want to call and ask where it is. They just kind of write it off. So I thought that was pretty funny. She's like, yeah, nobody ever calls. So yeah, finally started doing it, tracking it down. I went to my local post office and went to the manager, and I'm like, all right, guy. I didn't say all right, guy, but I was chatting. He was super nice. I'm like, this is a really weird thing. Like, man, I've been trying so hard to track this down. Like, I don't know what happened. Like they're giving me the runaround. Every different department I'm talking to, I've been talking to them for months. Like, I got a list of these tracking numbers. They're all stuck in one bin somewhere in San Francisco, and nobody has any idea where it is. Didn't go to customs. It hadn't actually been like received. It's in like this weird like limbo state. And he's like, dude, I'll see what I can do. And so he started, he sent me an email. He's like, all right, man. He's like, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but like I have sent this request like as far up the chain of command at USPS as I feel like willing to do and keep my job. He's like, I hope it helps. And then like a week later, all of a sudden all the packages showed up. So I don't know what he did or where they found it. I've never been able to figure out what happened, but I just realized I've steeped this for like 5 minutes. Anyways, so that's my second story where I was able to save 30 customers' packages.
From the boy.
Oh.
Whew. Janet's gone, guys. Janet's gone. I'm surprised you've stayed vertical for this time. Did you tie yourself into your chair?
I think there was a short time where I almost didn't get back up from this position. But like I think the fact that I'm pouring is probably really helping me pace myself.
Nice. That's a good point. My ears are so hot right now. They're just
I'm like everything's like whoop 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 right now.
Yeah. Oh man, that's good. That is good. This is good stuff. I'm really excited for this.
Description.
Whew.
And yeah, I'm getting really warm.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after this session? Are you gonna go take a nap? Are you gonna go like eat a big meal? What do you do after a big tea drunk? You're gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna make so many crepes.
Oh yeah.
Did you say crepes?
Yeah, I'm gonna make so many crepes.
That sounds crepes. Crepes sounds awesome. Crepes
Right.
sounds really good. I gotta go mow the lawn.
Oh, what?
That's what I gotta do. I gotta do some yard work. I have I think I'm the last yard in the neighborhood that hasn't mowed yet this spring. So neighbors are starting to give me glares.
If it makes you feel better, I don't think we have yet this year.
So I got a message from my brother because he was next door at my mom's house. He's like, hey man, you should probably go outside. There's like some dude walking around in your yard. So I go outside and yeah, there's just like this guy walking through the yard pulling out all the dandelion roots. And I was like, and I went to talk to him and he doesn't speak any English. He just kept like pointing at the root and pointing at his mouth. And I'm like, Okay, like honestly, I don't really care if you really want to go through and pull all of the weeds out of my yard, but maybe you should just think about like asking permission first. I mean, maybe things work different in your country, but there's some people that might not take too kindly to somebody just walking through their yard. And then I realized the only reason he was walking through my yard is because everyone else had mowed, and so you couldn't see where the dandelions were. And so he was just going through, just like weeding my yard for me. I'm like, all right, man, whatever, knock yourself out.
Yeah, my dad or my grandpa used to make dandelion wine back in the day. That sounds awful.
How does it taste? Have you ever had it?
Yeah.
No, I was too young for that.
That's interesting. That seems interesting.
Do they just use like the flowers or like?
I don't know how it goes into it.
Somebody in chat, quick Google dandelion wine. Let us know how it's actually made. Somebody will know.
Ghetto Canadian thing.
I don't think it's just Canadian. I think there's a lot of North American.
I really tried to make it to 4:30, but I think I might have to go use the bathroom.
Please do. You can, but you got to come back. We're not done yet. Get out of here.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no! Missed down.
That would have been awesome if she just went straight. There she goes. She's horizontal. I knew it would happen eventually. Janet's done, y'all. Janet's done. You can just stay down there, Janet. We'll finish the stream out without you. Oh man, where are we at in chat? Zioxio, still snowing. Of course it is. You're in Montana.
Oh.
Justin Steele wants me to recommend me one Crimson Lotus tea, and I'll add a sample of it to my cart along with the ones I already chose. I'm really happy with how Believe turned out last year. If you haven't considered Believe, I think Believe is doing really great. Shara, what about you?
C.
What's a Emerald Sea? Is that a must try? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Emerald Sea is.
2018, right? That's the one that you like.
That's the one I like, but all of them are good.
And Janet would recommend something if she was still here. Zioxio's grandpa in Pennsylvania. the hand comes in from the side. That's awesome. Zioxio says his grandfather used to make dandelion wine in Pennsylvania. I think wasn't dandelion like considered like one of the things that actually helped settle the American West, because it's something that just like grew everywhere, and a lot of the pioneers were able to just easily find it growing and have something that offered nutrition when other crops wouldn't grow. Possible. Lucy recommends Jade Rabbit. It's also really good.
Oh, that one's good too. Yeah,
Yep.
That one's unique too because the blending you did on it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was.
That's
I'm
something
really happy with that one.
you're only going to get from you.
Thank you. That was a really special opportunity for that tea. I like it. Yeah, Jade Rabbit's good stuff. We actually have quite a decent amount of Jade Rabbit. I got a lot of it here in the Seattle inventory as well.
The anti-Oreo cake.
Yes, exactly.
Or the good Oreo cake.
Yeah, so if you guys, what she's talking about is Oreo cakes is a term used in the Chinese tea industry to refer to one way that cakes are blended, and it's not actually blended for positive means. Blending is often used in the Chinese pu'er tea industry to hide bad tea or to sell bad tea with just a little bit of good tea. And so what they'll do is they'll actually layer it. In the bag, they'll put in a little good tea on the bottom, they'll put in a whole bunch of like really bad tea, like dust and broken stuff, and then they'll put the other nice stuff on the top, steam it flat, so you get this cake that just looks gorgeous because all of the good stuff's on the front, all the good stuff's on the back. When you actually open it up, it's just full of leaf and all sorts of broken bits on the inside.
Yeah, I have one that I peeled the top off,
Yeah.
and it's just a layer stem. It's just all stems.
It's really
like comical.
It's really dishonest, and this was something that was really hard for us. When I was trying to describe what I wanted to do with Jade Rabbit to all the pressing factories, I kept telling them like I want like a custom blend, and they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Like it's dishonest. Like we don't do Oreo cakes here. And I was like, well, no, you don't understand. Like all of this material is high quality, like good material. I'm not trying to lie to our customers. Like I want to have something that is a custom blend on a per cake basis. It's going to be 200 grams. I've got the exact ratios here. We'll set up a table. You pull from this, and these exact ratios. I know it's going to take a little bit more time. Figure it out, run the numbers, let me know how much you're going to have to charge for it. They're like, it's going to be too expensive. Like, you don't want it. And I'm like, all right, like, you don't understand how this works. Like, you run a business. I run a business. Like, you tell me how much it costs per kilo, and then I will decide if it's expensive or not. And so they're like, all right. So they sit there, they run the numbers, and then it was only like $1 extra per cake, and I'm like, okay, like I'll fine, we'll do it. And so they still weren't really happy because it was a lot of extra work, per hour.
Dude, you could do like a literal Oreo cake with like black tea or show and then white tea. Or
So,
really
like,
shung in the middle.
So I did experiment. I have done experiments on blending shung and show in a cake, but it was actually side by side. It was actually with our split personality material. I did an experiment just to see if it actually would work. Shung and show press differently though. Show does weird stuff, and so like the cake kind of did okay, but it actually worked. So you can actually look at it, and like this half is show and this half is shung. It actually worked, but it was just a little awkward, and it just seemed like a little bit gimmicky. So I decided to, I actually doing a layer would be kind of interesting. I think it would probably press a little bit better that way. That would be interesting stuff.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. I think I tried Jade Rabbit recently, and that one confused me, but it was like in a really interesting way.
K.A. Perk says dandelion wine is made from the flowers and the roots are medicinal. The leaves are for liver detox. Dandelion has about 200 lookalikes, but true dandelion has a smooth leaf. That's very very interesting. Good to know.
Huh. So what are the fake dandelions?
Yeah, what do fake dandelions look like? Rough leaves. I guess I'm gonna have to go outside before I mow the lawn. Take a look at all the dandelions. I think I remember trying to eat dandelion as a kid. I was super into like wilderness survival and Boy Scout stuff, and so I was always trying to live off the land. So I think I tried eating dandelions as a kid.
It didn't taste good.
I buy them for my rabbits because I love them.
Oh, interesting.
Like I buy the dandelion greens, but I'm a little paranoid about the outside dandelions because we have that hemorrhagic rabbit disease going around.
Oh wow.
So.
Oh, do we really? Oh, that's not good. I was gonna say, yeah, bring your rabbits over to my yard, but no. Maybe not. That's not good. What's this is something that's specific to the Northwest?
Well, it's spreading. Like it was on Orcas Island in San Juan, and they had another case, I think, in Oregon. And it might be coming through.
I remember reading about that because we've got a lot of really explosive like rabbit populations in the area. A lot of sympathetic people buy rabbits as pets and then just let them go, and they're just like breeding like crazy. Yeah, I actually have like 3 or 4 rabbits that are. Well, last year there were only 2 in my yard, and now there's 4, and they kind of cause a little damage. They like to eat stuff they're not supposed to eat. They're always
We call them our lawnmowers.
chewing. Well, I wish they only ate the lawn. I'd be fine with that. But then they start eating, bonsai and other plants that I don't want them to eat, and start, chewing holes in the siding of the house. And
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's not good. No, we have also like a trio of cats that have declared our yard their territory, and one of them is like a murderer. So I'm pretty sure you
got a murder cat?
Hang around too long. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. I just need a murder cat. Can we borrow your murder cat for a while and toss it out in the yard? K.A. Perk says a dandelion and not dandelions are very similar. They have thistles on the back spine on the leaf. Ziaxio says his parents tasked you with you're the official rabbit exterminator that gets into your garden. Yeah, I might have to do the same thing in our yard. We may have little rabbit stew coming in the Crimson Lotus tea.
And you gotta like dig really deep because they can go pretty under
the rabbits
stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll they're good little burrowers. That's what they do.
My Angora though, he I don't know, he doesn't survive in the wild. He's like the dumbest rabbit I've ever encountered.
It's like rabbits like the Zoolander of rabbits, just all
I
all
had to
pretty.
convince him things are food like sometimes.
Please,
like he just kind of like stares at the ceiling and like the breeder told me I bred them to be pretty and off the fur, not for their intelligence.
Yeah.
He's really cute and endearing, but yeah, he's not smart.
You should have named it Derek. Named him Derek. Derek Zoolander. That's it. That's what you got. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Leo would not survive in the wild. When we first looked it up, the lifespan of bearded dragons, it's just like, oh, they can live like 13 to 16 years in captivity, and then you look up the numbers for in the wild, it's like 5 to 6.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's a tough life in the wild. Where's their natural habitat? Where are they from?
I think they're from like Australia,
Oh, really?
like
It's
southern part of Australia. Yeah,
it's native to Australia. It'd have to be the northern part of Australia. The southern part's all probably too cold, right? Remember,
I
it's
think
flipped,
it's
right?
more the southern part. They do brew
Really?
mates, so like it's kind of like they've got like a sort of hibernation period. So I think it is the southern part, but yeah.
We're gonna ask Google.
We're gonna find Google now. Yeah.
Bearded dragon, Australia.
Agona
Bush heritage?
Steps, I think it is.
Yeah. No, there you go. Bearded dragons. Yeah. Yep. New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Victoria. Yeah. So down in the bottom half. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but if you ever watch him try to like hunt, it's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Like it literally isn't moving, and he'll miss it like 5 or 6 times before he gets it. Sometimes I literally take the tongs and shove it in his face, and he'll just kind of look at me like,
Eat your food.
"What are you doing?"
And my other rabbit's just so mean looking. Like he's just demanding. He'll just sit there.
That's the black rabbit, the dark one.
Yeah, the black rabbit.
Yeah.
It's just so mean.
Yeah, Vec hates that rabbit.
Yeah.
He does give you like eyes full of hate though if you don't feed him the thing he wants.
Yeah, I remember we were doing a sausage party. That sounds so bad. But I need to clarify. Char has a sausage making party where you bring meat to the party, and it is prepared into sausage with a sausage machine at the party. Yes, okay, but my kids were playing with your rabbits, and that was a lot of fun watching them kind of sit and poke at the cage. But
and he just sits there and glares at people. He doesn't bite anyone or attack, but he's just.
Janet's gone.
Yeah.
I think she's done.
I feel like
falling over
sitting down on the floor has really helped me last this long. Like I feel like the chairs, like there's an extra element of balance to the chairs that makes it harder to maintain the gravity.
Well, you made it, Janet. We're just about to the 2 hour mark. So I'm impressed. I am impressed. You've gone this far.
I think it really helps that you're not pouring for me.
Yeah, so you actually have to have a little bit of action on it. You have to do it yourself. If it was just me pouring, you're just sitting there just slurping it down.
Yeah, I get in the zone where I'm getting pour and drink, and I just lose it at that point.
Whew. I'm gonna do one last. She's gone. She's gone. You guys, Janet's done. Janet's done. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for joining. What a trooper! What a trooper! 2 hours in, so almost made it to the full 2 hour mark. Well, if anybody's actually lasted this long through our 2 hour exploration into Tea Drunk, I absolutely appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone putting up with our Tea Drunk antics in the animal shows and all the wide range of our conversation. If anybody has any last minute questions, now would be the time to toss them into chat. We do have 1 day left in our spring 2021 sale, 15% off all tea until Monday night at midnight. Lucificus, this was a good tea commercial. Ordered some of the teas you drank and talked about. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You'll have to let me know what your feedback is when you actually get them and not age them, but let them air out a little bit. Try them out. This was I was quite pleased with where Stormbreaker is at right now. I've not had this.
That's
in a while,
so good. I think I'm gonna order one. Or
Good
I
for
will
you.
order one if I'm not sober by the time I can make it to my computer to order.
Oh man, I'm just I feel very relaxed right now. I feel very relaxed right now. Janet, you're so funny. She's gone. She's gone.
Yeah.
Awesome. What is that owl's name? Oolong owl.
I don't know. I kickstarted him. Oh, he's Edgar the Night Owl.
Okay, perk.
His thing is I'll have one more.
I'll have one more. Nice. K.A. Perk, I love your reference. We've got a Piper Dune. I love it. We've got a Piper Dune. I love that movie. That's a hilarious movie. That's a good reference. Thank you so much for that. We've got a Janet down.
Yeah.
she's gone. It's too great. I like O'Reilly's off camera, just continuing to brew the tea. we just see a hand come in. Nice. Well, shoot, how many steeps did I get onto this one? So I did get 6, 7-ish, but those were heavy steeps. It is finally starting to get a little pale. But wow, what a session with this. What a session with this tea. What a session with both these teas. Any final words on tea energy or teas from either Char or the horizontal Janet?
I'm stuck.
Janet's done. I think Janet's stuck. Somebody's gonna have to help Janet get off there. So I think I'll probably.
What?
Oh.
All right, you guys. I have had far too much fun with this, and I really appreciate generosity with your guys' time. Spending a couple hours on a Sunday afternoon, especially one that's as gorgeous as this. You guys should go outside and enjoy some of the fine Seattle weather that we have. And so, thank you for everybody who joined in on the chat. This was super fun. If you lasted the full 2 hours and you got tea drunk with us, thank you so much. This was a ton of fun. Yeah, I'll probably do morning matcha tomorrow, and next week we'll have Doug and Julie from the Northwest Tea Festival. Will be here, which is going to be awesome. Really excited to have some tea with them. Janet, thank you so much. I love watching you get tea drunk. It's the best. It's the best thing ever.
Bye.
Thank you. I'll see you guys. Have a good one.